Test.
Are we ready?
Good morning, everyone. Today's service has a guest musician, and it will be very, very, very tempting to want to applaud her when she is done playing, because she's good. But I want to encourage you not to. I want to encourage you to sit with the music, to let it fill you, to bring up whatever emotions come up for you. Margie says, singing bowls can introduce a calming, meditative state. They can also sometimes bring up various emotions. If that happens, acknowledge your emotion, then do your best to just let it flow through you. Now, let's enter this service in the spirit of reflection.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Okay. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tucson. As I said, my name is not. Okay. Is that better?
I think so.
Hello? Okay, there we go. All right, let's try this again, because I always like to do things more than once. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tucson. My name is Mel Fish, and I am grateful to be your worship associate this morning. I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of a good anxiety. Today we are here with Reverend Jamili to have our service. Our community is striving to become I'm really sorry. Our community is striving to become as diverse as the blooms of the Sonora Desert. Whoever you have been, we welcome you. Whoever you are, we welcome you. And whoever you're becoming, we welcome you. And invite you to bring your whole self here now. Our guest musician today is Marjorie Hallmark. Marjorie and her husband, Rick Hallmark, moved to Tucson in 2021 to be closer to family. They moved here from Florida after living in Tampa Bay area for 41 years. They have been UUs since 1988 and joined UUCT in 2022. Marjorie Hallmark became interested in learning about various energy healing modules in 1990s. On one path led her to learn about healing power of sound. She has taken a number of workshops of sound healing, Tibetan singing bowls, tuning forks. She also taught workshops herself about sound healing. In 2012, she started doing sound meditation using Tibetan and crystal singing bowls and a variety of other relaxing instruments. When living in Florida, she did sound meditation at various locations in Tampa Bay area, as well as UU Summer and Fall Institutes in both Virginia and North Carolina. Thank you for all being patient with me this morning. There are gender-specific bathrooms out the glass doors behind you to the right, and there are also accessible and gender-inclusive single-stall restroom behind the AV desk. On Sunday mornings only, the sanctuary, the social hall, our parking lots, and our children's classrooms are open to all without invitation. However, we have designated a number of other areas as private, even on Sunday mornings, which are by invitation only for all of us, and also any law enforcement officer, including ICE, unless they have proper judicial warrants. If you do not feel safe and need to take advantage of these spaces, you're invited to. I don't know. As we worship today, let us always remain mindful of those desert people who came first to this place, whose land was stolen in successive acts and displacement and genocide. We honor the Ockham, the Yahi, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce these words, I'm truly sorry, and the Apache. We also honor the Hokum and the many other ancient indigenous people whose names are not known to us. As the Unitarian Universalist, one of our core values are all centered around love. Our value today is pluralism. We are all sacred beings, diverse in culture, experience, and tech. I can see the word theology. Thank you. Each of us has grown in our beliefs supported by community. As we move more deeply into the sacred space of worship, please know that you are indeed welcome here. Whether you walked in, rolled, or skipped, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, wherever culture and ethnic background you claim, wherever your immigration status, whomever you love, whoever you identify your gender, and in whatever ways you choose to express it. You are truly welcome here. As we especially welcome newcomers and visitors this morning. If you are new and feeling up to it, we invite you to raise your hand so we can welcome you warmly. So, as we move on this morning, as I continue to stumble along, our question this morning is, how is your heart today? If you could please talk to someone who you didn't drive here with or had breakfast with, our question is, how is your heart today?
The first one's the hardest.
Thank you.
This is always the danger in asking questions, is y'all want to talk to each other. And you will have more opportunity to reflect on this question, how is your heart, as we move through today's service. Today is called Blue Holidays, blue as in blue feelings, blue emotions. It has become a UU tradition in many places. It is a service where we recognize and feel the grumpy or sad or difficult parts of this time of year. It has caught hold in part, I think, because we are an oppositional defiant faith formation. Everyone is having fun this time of year and we refuse to. I'm joking about that, of course. I think the real reason that this service has caught hold is because the messages around us, in mainstream U.S. culture anyways, is that everyone is having fun this time of year, and if you are not, there is something wrong with you. If someone in your life has died this year, this time of year, or ever in your life, you might be having some grief that is at odds with the fun that is expected of you this time of year. And it might not be a death. It might be a job loss, or you're going through a divorce, or you're living alone and find all the hubbub overwhelming, and who would you cook for anyways? And you've gotten a diagnosis that will change your world, or you're in the middle of a treatment that has changed your world. Or your kids are celebrating someplace else for the first time. Or you've looked at the state of the world and wondered how we are going to survive all of this. Or you're just plain not in the mood this year. You are not alone, and this service is for you, because emotions, whatever they are, never arrive when we expect them to, when we demand them to, and never does one emotion come without its buddies. The spiritual teacher and mystic Rumi wrote this poem, The Guest House, in the 1200s, and it resonates even today. This translation is by Coleman Barks, and it is not without its challenges, but I think he captures the essence of this Rumi poem. He writes, "This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each was sent as a guide from the beyond." So in the spirit of welcoming in all that we are and all that we feel, come, let us worship together. Please join me in saying these chalice lighting words as Bert lights our chalice. Yes? Here in the sanctuary, if you are online with us, please feel free to light a candle or chalice with us now. Please join me. As we kindle this flame, we honor and remember those who have passed into the mystery. Their brightness lives on in our vision. Their courage lives on in our commitments, and their love continues to bless us.
Will you rise as you are able and sing, "May Your Life Be as a Song"? And just as a heads up, because I am still craggly of voice, I've asked a better singer than myself to be our voice today. So please welcome Thomas Gregory.
May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light and softly serenade the stars.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will take my act on the road soon, I'll let you know. Joys and sorrows. Our earth is strong. It can hold our pain and our joy, our love and our anger. Our shared bowl, which we share for joys and sorrows each week. Is strong enough to hold the big rocks, our collective celebration and mournings, and also the smaller stones will be added to signify our individual joys and sorrows. For those of us who haven't heard yet, our member Joe Zinn passed away last Thursday at his home. We are always surprised by death, especially when it is sudden like this. Joe was loved and will be missed by all. We who live in the desert know that water is a life-sustaining sacrifice, sacred resource. Let's remember those who have walked through the desert right now without access to water. We pour water from a plastic pitcher to represent supplies of water left by those who hold compassion for everyone crossing our desert to find better life for themselves and their children. If you have a joy and sorrow you would like to share, I invite you to go to minty.com and put in the code 68946997. Please add your name if you would like your Minty with your Minty. Minty. Oh, we are having fun this morning. If you are here in person, we will invite you in just a moment to come up to the table and create ripples of hope by putting a stone into the water to symbolize your joy and sorrow. For everyone else, please stay in quiet contempt. It's there, it just won't come out, I'm sorry. Contemplation. Thank you. This is why I love this church. Okay. With 2 lines on both sides, okay. Those who wish to participate, please come forward now. You could come on both sides at the same time. Thank you.
on our mentee today. Oof. My abusive boyfriend broke up with me. I'm better off without him, but it has been a struggle. Oh, friend, I feel that. Hope you find strength to continue through. Joy, having Mel as our worship associate today. Way to go, Mel, from Steve Kranak. Thank you, Steve. I am so grateful for our AV team who have attended more services than I do and worked so hard that we can all have an easier experience. Thank you. Thank you. Through the years, I have many that have passed in many paths other than mine. I miss them all, but I try to help those that are left behind as they have need. Thankful for the courage of A. Grijalva and the timeless wisdom of Rumi, for all the goodness that abides among us, and so many others. Thank you for naming. Celebrating all the recent great financial news for the church. Yes, check the newsletter. Praying that my daughter-in-law comes home for Christmas so the twins will smile instead of be sad for the holidays. Absolutely. We hope she makes it home safe. I celebrate those who bring us together as hosts, Susie, Robert, Julie, Beth, and so many more. Struggling with keeping everyone safe this holiday season. Sometimes those that should be a safe harbor in the holiday season prove to be the hidden reef that can sink the ship. Amen. And may we be waves that float above. I'm so grateful that my brother George Robinson is moving into an assisted living home tomorrow. It's Kiko's Ranch and located directly north of the church. He looks forward to participating more, and I know he'll need some rides. So if you feel moved to offer George Robinson some rides, let's reach out. My heart was heavy this week. Last week's service helped me to see some of the trauma that those among us who lived through the worst of the AIDS epidemic experienced. Thank you, and I'm so sorry. Thank you, Steve. What a powerful service. A deep heartbreak for my dear friend, asylum seeker Fermin from Nicaragua, who was kidnapped by ICE in Wisconsin and sent to Alligator Alcatraz, now recognized as a torture site. Lila, oh my gosh. We pray for them and their safety. Are there more? Nope. Please join me in a moment of reflection, contemplation, prayer, whatever is right for you as I read these words by Deborah Folk. All around us are bright lights and merry messages, yet in our heart, not all is joyful. There is grief with the loss of relationships, those we love no longer with us because of death. Those we have loved who are estranged from us, those we love, yet experience a diminishment of intimacy. There is grief with the loss and change of relationship, grief, bittersweet, for it is the consequence and presence of love. This season brings forth many feelings, and we find comfort in naming these feelings. We find some peace in being together.
Heather Houston's lovely chant is easy. The lyrics you'll catch very quickly, and the tune is not very difficult either. Choose whether to sing the music that is printed or the words that catch you, but also consider whether you're singing to yourself or being sung to as you sing this. And give some intentionality to that, because you are so loved is a message we all need to hear and one we all need to say.
You
So friends, how are your hearts today? And I don't mean in the hi, how are you, and the way we speak to the people we're passing on the street or casual acquaintances. I mean, really, really, how is your heart? In this day, in this season. In another way, what does your emotional landscape look like? If your emotional landscape was a physical landscape, would it be a desert, a garden, an ocean, a deep, dark woods? What would it be? Is it well-tended? Is it wild and overgrown? Is it comforting, frightening, unknown? How do you know? Right? How do you know what your inner emotional landscape is like? So I'll be honest with you. I oftentimes don't know until I'm talking to somebody I trust, or I'm journaling, or I'm out walking the dog and I've got a few minutes. Oftentimes in the moment when I'm having the feeling, I can't identify what the emotion is. It just feels ugly and uncomfortable and messy. So one day I was talking with my therapist, somebody I deeply trust, to witness the full vastness of my personal emotional landscape. And it had been a tough day. And one moment I was crying, and the next moment I was laughing, and the next moment I was just deeply reflective. And I felt that moment, and I realized that each emotion I was having, another one would come up right behind it. It felt crazy-making. And they just kept coming, and I felt like I would drown under the weight and the speed that the emotions were spilling. And then an image came up to me. I'm a very, you probably noticed, metaphorical visual person. Do you remember those stunts where clowns would pile out of a car? And just when you thought another clown could not come out of this teeny tiny little VW bug, another clown comes out. That's how my emotions were that day, a full-on clown car of emotions. First grief, who brought joy, who brought loneliness, who brought fear, who brought a drive to connect, who brought gratitude, who brought everything. But isn't this how it is, though? Emotions, how emotions come? With a house full of family and loved ones, we suddenly find ourselves in tears. A movie or a song that usually brings comfort sounds hollow and trite. A new person, a baby, or a recent friend, or a new romance fills us with such strong love, we remember to feel grief again for those we have lost. As Francis Weller put it, grief and love are sisters, woven together from the beginning. Their kinship reminds us there is no love that does not contain loss, and no loss that is not a reminder of the love we carry for those we once held close. Alone and together, death and loss affect us all. End quote. The question then is not whether we will experience a wave of complex emotions, but what we do when they arrive. We can turn to Buddhism for one answer to this very human question. Tara Brach, a US-born Buddhist whose teachings blend both psychology and Eastern spiritual practices, mindful attention, full compassionate engagement. Brach asks us not only how to live through loss, but how we can embrace loss as a teacher. In her talk, The Four Remembrances, she relates a training experience she had with Thich Nhat Hanh. Some of you know his work, a Buddhist teacher and now passed on ancestor. Brach starts by describing how Thich Nhat Hanh asked participants to get a buddy, somebody they were safe with, after greeting Namaste, or I see the divine in you. He said, hug each other. So everybody in the group hugged each other. And now he said, on the first breath, as you're breathing in, reflect, I am going to die. I am going to die. And so they did this together. And then on the second breath, he said, reflect, you are going to die. So in this deep hug, they reflect, you, this person I'm embracing, are going to die. And then on the third breath, still embracing this partner, they say, and we have just these precious moments together. We have just these precious moments together. So Brock says when we did that, we looked at each other and there was a level of presence and intimacy and love that was so fresh. It was not the idea of love, it was the reality of love. And there were no barriers. It was in the face of, we've only got these moments together. The loving that was always there manifests in its full flesh. So Brock challenges us to see death and loss not as a morose or as a grim thing, but as a teacher, as a reminder that grief and loss are sisters to love, that because I have loved, I will grieve. It feels natural to many of us here, I imagine, that in these short days and long nights of winter, we feel more acutely life and death's delicate balance. And maybe not. Brock refers to being in a trance. We get so busy, quote, endlessly trying to manage our life and worry and arrange things and prove ourselves and get approval. Or else we leave ourselves and we don't live true to ourselves, or we try to meet other people's expectations. Or we numb ourselves out in some ways. This trance state of not living fully each moment is the illness that Brock and many Buddhists would have us counter. We can come back to the present, to our own higher selves, she posits, by learning the 4 remembrances. So whether you call it psychological wholeness or spirituality, for Brock, quote, freedom is remembering who we are, of not stopping short of sensing the mystery that's really living through us. She calls these remembrances because they are a way for us to calm our racing emotions, a way to return to the present moment, wherever we are, whenever we are, and be with the emotion as it comes and goes. In other words, we can witness the unloading of that emotional clown car and remain wholly true to ourselves. So here are the 4 remembrances. The first is to pause. I'll go through these later. The second is saying yes to what's here. The third is turn towards love. And the fourth is rest in awareness. So the first one, the sacred art of pausing, seems pretty difficult. If you can make it through that one, I think you've got a good handle on these. How many anger management classes begin with, take a deep breath, notice what you're feeling, take a pause before you react? How many fewer mistakes and hurts would happen if we actually did that? And this season for many Christians is Advent, awaiting the birth of the new. But it is not a passive waiting for Advent. It is a time to prepare hearts and homes for that which is coming so that they can welcome the new when it arrives, a practice of pausing and waiting. For others, inviting the pause is simply a way to reconnect with yourself or your life, or as one of our hymns states, that small, still voice inside. So I ask you, can you bring your mind's eye and your attention to a time when you didn't pause and it wouldn't have been valuable? Or a time when you did and it benefited the situation? How can you bring that stretch, that moment, into this season, this time when our nerves are so frayed? The second remembrance, saying yes to what's here, means acknowledging that clown that just got out of the car. What feeling is present here now? Maybe you're not feeling the same joy that people are telling you you should feel. This recognition can bring discomfort or anxiety or even self-reproach. I'm not feeling what I should. For Brock, most of us, when we're stressed, get very, very busy pushing away the vulnerability that is inside of us. This leads to bicycling away from the present moment, from the discomfort. And one way we resist this moment is to judge others. We judge ourselves, we obsess, we worry, we numb out. The basic way of coming home to ourselves again is to acknowledge, yep, that's the clown that got out of the car right now. One question that Brock asks her listeners is, what feeling are you unwilling to feel? What feeling are you unwilling to feel? What feeling do you run away from when it comes out of that clown car? Can you extend a little more tolerance for that feeling? The third remembrance is the turn to love. When you're feeling that overwhelm, right? Too many clowns or too many emotional things going on, or an emotional clown that is too tender to hold alone. Can you turn towards the love that exists in your present? Maybe this is the phone a friend option, or offering love to yourself option. Maybe that's hard. Instead of love, maybe you're offering kindness to the hard or difficult emotion. Offering kindness to yourself in that moment. How can you offer yourself more kindness and gentleness this season? How can you find that space, acknowledge the clown that just pulled out, and say, it's okay, I see you. Rather than pushing that away or pushing through, how can you embrace the love and kindness offered by others? The fourth and final remembrance is rest in awareness. Okay, this is a tough one because this one is about control, one of our very favorite words. What can we control and what can we not control? Brock says, here's where the seduction is, right? There's a lot of levels of things that we can control, and they're levels that are generally rather small. Things we can decide what we want to wear, if we're going to do this piece of work or that piece of work, and we can in some ways decide what we're going to say to people, and so on. But she says the big things, like aging, like sickness, like death, like everybody else's behavior, like the weather, like our own emotional weather, we can't control. This is, again, the wisdom of impermanence. Remember, we have just these precious moments together. Many of us have a sense of our identity as the doer, the one doing the things. But when we rest in this awareness, the doer begins to calm down, and there's a little more capacity to rest in being. We are, after all, human beings, not human doings. You might ask yourself right here in this moment, if there's no problem to solve, then what is here? If there's no problem to solve today, this afternoon, or tomorrow, what is here, and who would you be? So this holiday season, capital H, capital S, when those emotional clowns come pouring out of that little car in your heart, welcome them in. They are here not to distract us from the celebrations, but to help us be more fully alive in them. And maybe remember to ask somebody around you how their heart is in these moments. Tara Brock invokes for us, may the death be an advisor. May the wisdom of an impermanence help us to remember to live this moment, this day, from loving presence. May we all awaken these hearts and minds. May all beings everywhere be free. Namaste. We are about to listen to Margie play her singing bowls again, and you again will be tempted to clap. I want to encourage you to resist that urge again. If you love her playing, please tell her after the service, and she will know how much we appreciated it. Instead, just experience the sounds. Allow her music to carry you on the waves, above that rocky crag, that coral reef underneath threatening to drown us. And when your mind wanders, when the waves threaten to capsize you, remember everything, every clown, every feeling belongs. You belong, just as it is, just as you are.
Thank you. However you participate in today's service, our congregation depends upon you for your love, your time, and your financial support. For those of you here in person, the ushers will soon be passing the collection basket among you. For those watching us from afar, you can send a check to our church office, give online at UUCTtucson.org, donate. Wow. If you would like a way to channel some of the blue feelings that you felt during today's service, I invite you to consider purchasing a memorial plaque for our UUCT Memorial Garden, or if you would like to help fund someone who can't afford one. You can donate Memorial Plaque Fund. As always, if you need help purchasing one, please come talk to Reverend Jamili.
Hey. All right, I got some stuff going on here. For, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Brenda Lunton. I'm a member of your Board of Trustees. I serve as the board secretary, and I help facilitate the worship portfolio. So if you're unfamiliar with church governance, all of your board members are responsible for a small section of the church and helping to know who those people are and take their concerns to the church leadership. So the worship portfolio involves all the people who make this possible. AV, worship associates, greeters and ushers, music, and you thought I was going to forget you. And so one of the things I want to share with you is that all of those people would love for you to volunteer and participate in one of those ways. And we're a super supportive community, in case you didn't notice this morning. We love having people participate in whatever way that they are comfortable, and we would love for you to join us in those ways. If you don't know who to talk to join one of those committees, let me know, and I am happy to facilitate some introductions. I also want to invite you to social hour, which is after the service over there in Goddard Hall. You're going to go out these doors and over to the next building. There's coffee, iced tea, lemonade, snacks, and good company. Social hour food and refreshments are free for all, but donations are appreciated to cover our costs. If you're new and you want to stay in touch with us, when you go into Goddard Hall, there's a little alcove that's listed as the Welcome Center, and that's where people are there to give you information and help you fill out a card so you can get on our mailing list and get all of the stuff that you need. If you're joining us virtually, there's a guest information card in the newcomer section of our website. All right, guys, buckle up. We got a lot. All right, so here are our announcements for this morning. Interested in signing the membership book? Join Reverend Jamili in the minister study immediately after worship today and most first Sundays of the month. Reverend Jamili or anyone on the membership team are available to talk about membership if you have questions. The UUCT Care Team is the volunteer team that offers all kinds of care to others in our community, from rides to the doctors or just sitting and listening. This year, the Care Team would like to send greeting cards to those in need, bereaved or homebound, life issues, And we'd like those cards to come from the whole congregation. Please come and sign a card at the caring table in the social hour after service. Our administrator hiring is moving along. If you haven't heard, our administrator, Mary Weiss, is retiring at the end of this year, and so we are looking on bringing in someone new. We have a promising candidate, and as soon as everything is confirmed, we will inform everybody via email. Our goal is for that person to start December 15th, so Mary can pass on as much information as possible of that institutional knowledge that she carries. She's been with us for a very long time, and we will be sad for her to leave us. Check the calendar. This is a crazy busy time of year. There's a lot going on. We got stuff going on up here. Please watch the email newsletters for happenings or find the church calendar on our website. Speaking of calendar, this slide that talked about the board meeting had some missteps. We want to let you know that we moved our board meeting this month to Monday the 15th at 6 p.m.? I think it's 6. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I only have to Zoom for the first half.
It is 6.
So it's at 6.
It's on the calendar for 6.
Perfect. That's when it will be. So the reason why we moved our board meeting, which is normally the third Sundays, is because on the third Sunday this month, we have a bunch of stuff coming up. Our transitions consultant will give his initial report and share with us the things he learned from listening to all of you about what we want and need as a church to help guide us through our next year as we consider who we want to invite to be our permanent settled minister. Also on the 21st after church, after that sharing of that report, we're going to have a retirement party for Mary Weiss in Goddard Hall. One of our gifts to Mary is a bunch of thank you notes. We've been here a long time, she's been here a long time, and we want you to come and write thank you notes. I was responsible for bringing the thank you notes, and they are not in my car. So when I finish this conversation, I'm going to get some, and I will meet you in social hour with thank you notes. Please come and write one for her. Yes. Also, so that retirement party, thank you notes are every Sunday between now and the 21st. So that's 2 weeks from now. Next week, after church, we're going to have a safety information grant session. So if you haven't heard, we were awarded a $100,000 grant, and we'd like for people to come and talk about what concerns they have, what ideas they have. Our safety committee has a lot of ideas, but we'd love to hear from our membership about things that they want before we buy and finalize and have any changes to our campus that people haven't had a chance to talk about and think about. All right, Christmas Eve, we're going to have a service here at UUCT at 4:30. There's going to be a no rehearsal pageant, which always serves to be very amusing. As we move to the next phase of our transition ministry, we've invited some people from the UUA to come and help us facilitate our thoughts around kicking that process off. And they're going to be with us on January 10th and 11th. More details are coming. But as you're planning your January time, we would love for you to think about joining us that weekend for some time to reflect on where we are and where we'd like to go. Additionally, Brian Moon tells us that on Sunday, December 20th, a group of UUCT singers will go caroling to several assisted living facilities. All are welcome, regardless of whether you are in choir, have ever been choir, just like to sing carols. More announcements to follow, but please bring questions to Brian right here. All right, I think that's everything, unless somebody is going to jump up and yell at me. Thanks. All right, I will see you guys at social hour.
We are grateful for the sun and moon, the sea and earth, for living things that all have worth, for desert brown and sky of blue, and grateful to be sharing it with you.
The Grievers' Bill of Rights, Holiday Edition, adapted from Bruce Conley. And good advice for all of us. 1, you have the right to say time out anytime you need. A time out to let up, to blow off a little steam, to step away from the holidays, to regroup, to start over. 2, you have the right to tell it like it is. When people ask, "How are you?" you have the right to tell them how you really feel, not just what they want to hear. You also have the right to smile and say you're fine, because telling them how you feel isn't worth your time. Some people will never understand anyway. 3, you have the right to some bah humbug days. No one has to be jolly all the time, even you. You are not a bad person just because you don't feel like singing all day. 4, you have the right to do things differently. There is no law that says you have to do holidays the same way you have always done them. You can send 10 cards instead of 100, or no cards at all. You can open presents at somebody else's house. You can hang decorations or not. You can have pizza instead of ham or turkey. You can be creative and start a new tradition. 5, you have the right to be where you want to be. Be at home or at a relative's or at a restaurant. Be in any city or state that you choose. 6, you have the right to some fun. When you have a good day that isn't so bad and you feel like doing something fun, then do it. You don't have to be afraid of what someone else may say if they see you laughing and having a good time. In fact, laughter is every bit as important and healing as tears. 7, you have the right to change direction midstream. Grief is unpredictable. You may be all ready to go someplace or do something, and suddenly you are overwhelmed. When that happens, it's okay to change your mind. Exercise your right to change when you need to change. 8, you have the right to do things at different times. You can go to church at a different time than you have in the past. You can serve a meal at a different time, go to bed at a different time. You do not have to obey anyone else's clock. 9, you have the right to rest, peace, and solitude. You don't need to be busy all the time. Take a nap whenever you need one. Take time to pray, to meditate, to work in your garden, to go for a hike. Take time to recharge your spirit. 10, you have the right to do it all differently again next year. Just because you change things one year and try something different does not mean you have to do it exactly the same way next year. You have the right next year to change it back or to do it in yet another new creative way. However you do it, remember that you are loved, you are worthy of love, and you don't have to do it alone.
Will you please rise as you are able and sing "It Is Something to Have Well," 5 in the gray hymnal, or words will be on the screen. And thank you again, Dr. Gregg, for singing.
It is something to have learned as we have learned, and something to have done as we have done. It is something to have
As we Okay, here we go. As we extinguish our chalice flame, we feel its warmth wrapped around us. As we carry its light, we freely share with open hearts and warm arms. We welcome family and friends to share in our warmth as we enter our many holiday seasons.